Good morning, everyone. I hope all are learning something new every day. So, today we will learn about plants and how they survive, and we will also do the exercise question of this chapter. But before exercise question, we will discuss this chapter in brief because we already did in class the complete explanation of the chapter. So, let's start. As from the name it is clear how do plants survive, and the types of plant we have: aquatic plant, terrestrial plant, and insectivores. Three types. So what we call to the home of a plant, the natural home of a plant is called its habitat. So it is a very important definition. The word is adaptation. The adaptation is the features of a plant that help that plant to survive in its habitat. Habitat may be different for different plants. Like aquatic plants, their habitat is water. For desert plant, their habitat is desert. So they will develop some special features so that they can survive in that habitat, in their habitat. So now, depending on where the plant lives or they grow, we divide them into three parts. The first one is aquatic plant. What are aquatic plants? The plant which grow in the water are called aquatic plants. So again, aquatic plants is divided into three parts: floating plants, fixed plant, and then underwater plant. First we will discuss floating plants. The floating plants which float on water due to their light bodies and small size. Examples are duckweed, pistia. These are some basic examples of floating plants. Then next is fixed plant. Fixed plant are the plant which are fixed to the soil at the bottom of the pond. Fixed plant, their root are fixed with the soil which are present in the bottom of the plant. Again, examples are lotus and water lily. There are one main feature of this plant: they have a broad flat leaves with a waxy coating. This is the line. They have a broad leaves and flat with a waxy coating. Why? Because the water will slip off from their leaves. It will not stay on the leaf. The next is underwater plant. They are completely underwater. Underwater plants, they are completely under water, and they are fixed to the soil of the which soil present at the bottom of a pond or any lake. Examples are tape grass, hydrilla. And they, one special feature, they do not have stomata in them. They have no stomata in them. They take carbon dioxide and release oxygen directly from the leaves. They will release directly from the leaf. The next one is terrestrial plant. Terrestrial plant, the plant which grow on the land. So land may be different. So first is mountains and hills. So the tree grow on mountain or hill are generally tall. What are the features of the plant? They are tall, straight, and cone shaped. Why they are cone shaped? So that snow will slide off easily from their branches. Examples are chede, pine, and fir. These are the mountain plants or grow in mountains. The next, plants that grow in the plains. So the plant which grow in the plains have many branches. They have many branches. And what is the main features of these plant? They have broad leaves. They have broad leaves. Why they have broad leaves? So that they can capture the sunlight. So the example of plants that grow in plains are neem tree, mango tree, banyan tree. They all are trees which grow in plains. The next when they are terrestrial plant. They grow on land means they are terrestrial plant. The next is desert. In desert there is very less rainfall. That's why they have no leaves. These type of plant have no leaves. They have spines, and the photosynthesis takes place in their green fleshy stem. The next type is plant that grow in marshy area. What is marshy area? The marshy area in which the soil is clay-like, sticky and wet. Due to this type of soil, the roots of the plant are not able to breathe easily. So that they have a special type of roots that is called respiratory roots. Those plants which grow in marshy area have a special type of roots. The name is respiratory roots. So what is the function of respiratory roots? They help the plant to breathe and grow in these area, and it is also called mangroves. The area is also called marshy area, and the plant which grow in that area are called mangroves. So इनका एक special name है, that is mangroves plant which grow in marshy area. Then true and false, seed is found in the mountains. Yes, it is true. In cactus, photosynthesis carried out by green fleshy stem. Thus, it is also true. So now, plant of the grass family. So this is very important topic for you. Plants of the grass family. So the next type is plant of the grass family. So cereal grains all are the type of grass family. Plant are type of grass family like rice and wheat. So these are grains and they separated from the plant. Okay? Those are wheat plant, and wheat ground into flour, which is used for making bread and chapati. And the rest part of the plant like stem, leaves, they are used for cattle as a fodder or food for the animals. Then grass is also used as a food for animal. Direct green grass we use for animals. Cow, sheep, buffalo, they eat the green grass also. Then next is bamboo. Bamboo plant are actually giant grass, and they are used to make paper, basket, chair, curtains and huts. Then next, the root of grass plant is holding the soil particle together so that soil will not be carried away by wind and water. To prevent the soil erosion, we plant the grass also. And some kind of the grass are used to make medicines like mint, tulsi. These are the plants and they come in grass family and they used as a medicine. So the next is insectivorous plant. It is last type of the plant. What are insectivorous plant? They consume insects, or these plant trap insect and consume them to meet their mineral requirement. Then plant also need food to survive. So what they will do, they will eat they will consume the insects. We cannot say they eat the insects, they consume the insects. Such plants are called insectivorous. Now we will learn some types of insectivorous plant. There are two main. One is pitcher plant. This is the picture of pitcher plant, and this is Venus flytrap. Now what happen in pitcher plant? Pitcher plant has a lid and nectar filled in the pitcher. The shape of the leaf is of pitcher. This is the leaf and it is in shape of pitcher. Inside it there is a sweet nectar, and insect will attract by it. The moment an insect sit on the edge of the pitcher, this is the edge. When an insect sit on it, the lid snap shut, it will close down and trap the insect inside, and the juice present inside will digest the insect. The next is Venus flytrap. In Venus flytrap, what is there? There are two halves of a trap. One is this, one is this. And when an insect sit inside, means here when insect are mosquito, flies, spider, they all are insect. When an insect sit inside, the two halves of a leaf snap shut, or they will close down and trap the insect inside the leaves. So this is the brief introduction. Now we will move to exercise question. First one, pine tree grow in mountains. So A option is correct. In hilly areas, trees are generally. Then third question we have, plants in the plains have broad leaves. Why they have broad leaves? To capture more sunlight. The pictures of a pitcher plant are filled with nectar. They are filled with nectar, a sweet substance which attract the insects. Then fill in the blanks. Mangroves are the plant that grow in marshy area. They grow in marshy area. Second, in cactus, leaves are reduced to spines. Why they reduced to spine? So that they will not lose the water. Stomata are absent in underwater plant. This is the feature that stomata is absent in underwater plant. They take carbon dioxide directly from the leaves. Fourth one, dash plant have broad and flat leaves and waxy coating. So the floating plant have broad leaves and waxy coating on their leaves so that water will slip away. Dash plant float on water due to their light bodies. So floating plants float on water due to their light bodies. Then answer in one word. C part. The leaves of this plant are like two halves of a trap. So which type of plant are trap insect? Insectivorous. And insectivorous there are two, pitcher plant and Venus flytrap. So Venus flytrap is the right answer. Second one, plants that trap insect, insectivorous plant. The natural home of a plant is habitat. Home of a plant is habitat. Grains that are cooked whole and eaten. So rice. Wheat grains are grind and converted into flour, but rice are cooked and eaten. Rice grains. The special root of plant in marshy area, they have special roots are called respiratory roots. Then match the following. D part. Then grass hold soil particle together. Mangroves plant have respiratory roots. Have cones. Cedar and pine, they grow in mountains, so they have cone shaped plant. Desert plant have fleshy stem so that they can store water. Fixed aquatic plant, they have hollow stem. Then short answer question, name any two plants grow in hill and mountains. In hill and mountains we have cedar and pine tree. In marshy area we have mangroves in marshy area. In desert we have cactus. Then second one, give one difference between aquatic and terrestrial plant. Aquatic plants grow on water, terrestrial plant grow on land. Third one, plants in the hills are cone shaped. Give a reason why. So they are cone shaped because snow will slip off from their branches easily. Name three types of aquatic plants. Three types are floating plant, underwater plant and fixed plant. What is fodder? So the leaves and stem of the plant remain when we remove the grains, and they are dried and used as a fodder for animals. Then the next we have sixth one, why do plants growing in the plains have broad leaves? So this is the feature of a plant. Why they have broad leaves? So they can capture more sunlight. They can capture more sunlight and make their food. Then next we have long answer question. How are underwater plant different from floating plant? This is very important question for you. How? So in underwater plant they are fixed to the soil or they are completely under the water, and floating plant they float on the water. Example of underwater plant are tape grass and floating plants are duckweed. Explain the feature of a terrestrial plant with example. So terrestrial plant have broad leaves so they can capture more sunlight. This is the feature and with an example. Third one, how do insectivorous plants get their food? Explain with example. Or in terrestrial plant, in second one you can explain each type of plant, like plants grow in mountains, their features. Then plants grow in desert, their features, like cactus they have spines, its feature. Plants grow on marshy area, they have respiratory roots. So these are the terrestrial plant and their features. Then insectivorous get their food by trapping insect and consume them. Explain with example. You can explain the Venus flytrap. What Venus flytrap will do? It has two halves of a leaf act as a trap. When insect will sit inside, they will snap shut and trap their insect. List the use of plant from grass family. So we have from grass family we have cereals. We have cereals which gives us grains, wheat and rice. Then green grass is also used as food for animals. Then bamboo are actually used to make paper, basket and chairs. So and some kind of grass are used as a medicine. So these are the use of grass family. Then high order thinking skill. Why are underwater plant keep in aquarium? Why? Because they need to breathe carbon dioxide directly from their leaves. That's why they are placed under the or kept inside the aquarium. And the oxygen which is released by the underwater plant again used by the fish which are present in aquarium. So this is why they are kept under water. Second one, high order thinking skill. We have how can plant of a grass family conserve soil? So the plant of the grass family keep the soil particle together with their roots. This is the grass, and with their roots they will keep the soil together. So it will not carried away by the wind and water. Then value and life skill questions. You have learned that paper is made from the bamboo plant. Yes, we know. You can save this plant by saving paper. Suggest way by which you can save the paper. So you have to suggest any way which comes to in your mind that in this way I can save the paper. We can use pencil so that when something went wrong we can erase it and use the paper again. We do not tear the blank paper. We have to write on the both side of the paper. So you can also suggest some ways so that we can save the paper, and by saving paper we can save the plants. So I hope all questions are clear to you. Thanks for the watching.